Alright, ladies and gentlemen, back again, more of this terrible coffee. So watery. Maybe it's too much milk in there? I don't know. But I know the coffee just by itself is really watery too. Anyway, I wanted to post up a video to see what you guys wanted next. I'm going to ask some of my buddies that I'm in a Facebook chat with. But I also wanted to ask my viewers. I don't know if I have more viewers outside of the buddies that I'm in the Facebook chat with, but if I do, I want to see you guys answer these questions. And if this series does end up getting posted already, please feel free to continue to give me answers and give me suggestions on what you want to see, in case I don't do the series that you actually wanted. I'm going to give you guys two choices here. And as you guys know, I've been doing a bunch of these series of reviews based around the 80s horror films and around Scooby-Doo and stuff like that. So I wanted to kind of mesh those and even include some horror films in one of these series that isn't from the 80s, is from the 70s or the 90s, just kind of that general trilogy of time. And I wanted to do a review of probably some of the most popular Scooby movies to ever come out. So, let's go ahead and get started here with your first choice. So, since we were most recently into Scooby-Doo, I'm going to go ahead and get these down first, the Scooby-Doo ones. Now, what I'm going to be doing is, this here is your first choice, and it is the Scooby-Doo Renaissance series of direct-to-DVD/TV movies. So let's go ahead and get started here. First off, of course, there is Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, the movie that created modern Scooby-Doo, that returned Scooby-Doo to its former glory after a long, probably like 10-year hiatus of like true Scooby-Doo-dom. I mean, the last thing that was like a good Scooby-Doo movie was Scooby-Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf, and that's debatable. And then after that, you have, kind of at the same time as this, going on the A Pup Named Scooby-Doo series, which is great. I really like it. And then in the middle of that, like after that comes out, and then in the middle of this big dry spell where Scooby-Doo kind of starts to become popular in a sort of retrograde kind of thing, you know, people going back and watching the old episodes and being like, man, I want to see that again. During that time comes out a terrible movie called Scooby-Doo and the Arabian Nights or something like that. Scooby-Doo in the Arabian Nights or something, which is really, really not great. So there's that, and there's like a couple of shorts that come in between then, and some commercials and stuff. But at that time, basically Scooby-Doo was on its downtrend. There was a big dry spell between 1994 and 1998, and then finally, 98 comes, Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island comes, and everybody's back into Scooby-Doo at the time. So, this movie, and then its pseudo-sequel on VHS tape, no less, Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. I do have this on DVD and on digital, but just wanted to let you know, Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost I have on VHS tape. I'll probably be watching this tape specifically. And I'll do a review of the tape and all the DVDs as well. But Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. Interesting, right? Good movie. And then, in my opinion, another good movie, but a movie that some people don't really like, Scooby-Doo and the Alien Invaders. That'll be the next one in the series. And then, Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase, also on VHS tape. So, that's your first, you know, sort of review series that you could vote for. The second one is also interesting in my opinion. And this is sort of a combination kind of thing. This is kind of experimental. So, one of my favorite Stephen King books, maybe my favorite Stephen King book, is his short story collection Night Shift from the late 70s, early 80s. This is fodder for a lot of really interesting movie projects. And so what I would be doing is I would be reading a short story and then reviewing a movie based on that short story. And I would review the short story as well, of course. So what we've got right here, but I ultimately also have access to at least one other movie here. So this would be probably the bigger, longer retrospective thing. But still, we've got Salem's Lot, which has some of its basis in the short story Jerusalem's Lot. Stephen King's Graveyard Shift, which is based upon the Stephen King short story Graveyard Shift. Maximum Overdrive, directed by Stephen King and based on his short story Trucks. Stephen King's Cat's Eye, with a script entirely by Stephen King, and based on at least 2 of the clips based on Stephen King's short stories, and then 1 section based on an original story for the film, for the movie. The 2 short stories in Night Shift are Quitters, Inc. and The Ledge. And then, finally, we have Stephen King's Children of the Corn, based on Children of the Corn. The other one that I would probably include would be The Mangler, directed by Tobe Hooper from 1995, and it's on Vudu, so I could watch it. So, those are your choices, guys. So, to really quick recap this stuff, you've got the Scooby-Doo Renaissance series, or the Stephen King's Night Shift series. So, pick and choose, figure out what you like, and I'm going to probably start on these today. Probably going to do whatever I get as far as a first response from my buddies on Facebook. But if you guys have the chance, please comment below. Let me know what you think. Tell me which one you guys want to see. Cheers, guys. Terrible coffee. Rock on. If you like, subscribe. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.